Hello all, welcome back to my channel, Hithika Productions. I hope everyone is doing good. So today I'm going to explain you guys on how we can use triggers in A360. If you can see my previous video tutorial, there I clearly explained about how we can implement email triggers in A360. So today let's see rest of the triggers how we can do it in A360. So if you are visiting my channel very first time and watching my videos first time, do like, share, and subscribe the channel and hit bell icon so that whenever I upload new videos, you will get the notification. So as I mentioned, today I'm going to show you guys and give you a sample scenario, which is how these triggers can be used in a real time, a real use case, and I will explain through the practicals. So as I said, let's move on to the topics today. So I'm logging into my A360. Let's say I'm just creating a new task. Okay, let's say there is a task name triggers. Let's see if it is already there. Okay, there is a empty task with the trigger name trigger. Let's see what are all there. So I'm just going to use a simple message box to make sure the trigger worked and the bot has been executed. I'll just say uh, trigger successful. So I just kept this message box, and if you can go to triggers. So we already seen in previous video how we can do email triggers. Let's go with file trigger. Let me give you a scenario where exactly these kind of file or folder triggers might be used in real use cases. So let us assume there is a downstream system or there is a FTP server or something else which is supposed to drop a file to the bot account or a shared location. So whenever there is a file presented or file copied to the respective shared location, the bot supposed to be triggered. So this is just assume this fashion the use case. So whenever that file is appear on this particular folder, then the bot supposed to be triggered and it's continue with its functionality. So let's take a file trigger. So folder is also same. Whenever the folder is created, this specified location, then the bot will trigger. I am just going to explain only file. You can explore on folder. So that is straightforward. So what I can do, I will just let's go to say triggers. I'll just create a dummy file for now. Let's say test.txt. Okay, I just selected. So whenever this particular file is created in that location, so here are the events. So you can specify when, let's say I wanted to trigger a bot when a new file is created, you can use this. If you wanted to say when the file is deleted and you want to trigger, then you can do it. When the file modified, you can do it. When the file renamed, you can do it. So I'm just going to show you guys only for this. Even the same fashion you can try for others. So I just mentioned that, and here is the checkbox. Also start if it already exists. So if the file is already existed, you can do it. Let me try this first, and then I will remove the file, and then we'll do the testing. So let's save it. So let's run with the trigger. Since the file is already there, it is once you see the listening for trigger, the bot is going to be executed because the file is already there. And then I will try deleting this file. We'll see how it works. So now it is listening for the trigger. Since I have enabled this particular also start if it is already existed, now it started. So if you disable this checkbox, then this is not going to execute. So let me stop it, and let's remove this, and I'm just saving it. So we'll do one thing. I will just remove this file, and then I'm just uh, running it again. I'll create manually once it started looking for the trigger event. So now it is listening for the trigger. Let me go to this location, whichever I mentioned, look for a file, and then I will create, you know, test.txt. So which is created. So now it is listening. It will start. Yeah, it started execution. So this is successful. You can give it a try with delete also. Let me quickly show you that delete also. Okay, let me save this and let's trigger. So once it started listening the trigger, then I will start deleted the file, then it will trigger. So same fashion you can try for other combinations and even for folders also. So here it is. Let me delete this. It is deleted. Okay, so it is triggered and it is executed. So I'm just stopping it. So I hope you can understand how we can implement file trigger. I'm just commenting this, disabling it, and let's go with, you can try for folders, the same fashion, how we implemented for file. So especially in real scenarios, the need of, the hotkeys trigger would be, so basically there are different types of automations, attended automations and unattended automations. If it is attended automation, then you can maybe, I'm guessing like, for most of the attended automations, if you have a requirement to trigger a bot with the hotkeys, then you can use this hotkey trigger. So I'm just giving an example where we can use this. Okay, so for example, there is a customer care representative. Whenever the customer call to customer care representative, they have to trigger some bot, not going through the automation anywhere everything. They just hit some keys on their laptop keyboard or the desktop keyboard, then the bot supposed to be triggered. If you have such a requirements, then they can simply use this hotkeys trigger, and then they can do it. So let's say the hotkey trigger would be, let's say, control, and let's say K. So whenever I hit control K, let's take something different. Control L. Okay, control L. So whenever I hit control L on this particular system, when it started listening for the trigger, whenever I hit this particular combination, the bot is going to be triggered and the bot is going to execute its functionality. So let me show you on the screen. So I will just show it on the screen through keyboard. Okay. So now I am just trying to make it run with the trigger. So once it started listening, then I will hit control, L. So especially for attended automations, this kind of scenarios, these kind of things might be used. So it is now listening for the, trigger. I can apply control L, control plus L. So I'm just minimizing it. It will start, executing the bot. Yeah, it started executing the bot. So this is the one of the example where we can use keystroke related triggers in automation anywhere A360. So and then there is an interface trigger. So this is especially we will use it when we wanted to do something with respect to the browser based applications. I will come to this last because there would be some what I can say, there would be some compatibility issue with the browser and with the machine. So it takes longer time than usual. So I will come to this at the end. Okay. So let's come to another one is process trigger. I'm just disabling it. So if you wanted to see it in list mode, you can see it. So then we can say process. I'll just keep on the top. So you have to mention the process name. Let's say whenever the process started, let's say calculator. I'm just giving an example. Whenever I open the calculator and do something like this, the bot supposed to be triggered. So I'm just giving an example. If you have such a process in your mission to be start or to be complete, then bot supposed to be triggered. then you can use these kind of triggers. Let us assume there is some X process in my mission. Once that X process is completed, then my bot supposed to start. So if you have such a dependencies, then you can mention that X process information here and mention either it starts or it's completed. So if you wanted it to be completed, then do it. So let's see what we can use. Let's see if there is something calculator is there. No, let's say something else which we can let me check. Let's see if we can open calculator, then it will show. Not sure. Okay. Yeah, now it is showing. So let's say whenever it started, we can try both of them. Okay, let's say start and then save it. So let's start with this. What I can do, I will just close this, and once it started looking for a trigger, then I will open that and perform something. So just open the calculator, just doing something. So let's see whether it is going to execute or not. See, it started execution. So now after this we will use it stop also. Yeah, it's successful. Let me stop this, and I will even you can use both the combinations. Let's trigger the bot when this particular process started, and stop it again, start the trigger when it is stopped. So something you can even you can do it both the cases also, since it is combination, you can use both. So I'm just enabling it for when it is stopped, the process stopped. So now it is listening for trigger. Let me close this. Hopefully this will trigger the bot. Yeah, it is triggered. So as I mentioned, right, in real use cases, uh, basically if there are some dependency processes which are running before this bot's supposed to be executed, then we can use these kind of triggers to uh, execute our bot right after the respective process started, or right after the respective process completed. So it's done. Let's see for service. So again, this is also same. Let me comment this one. So service is something like in your local system, whatever the services are available. Let's say if I wanted to trigger my bot whenever a new service or some X service is started, or some X service is stopped, or some X service is when to resume or pause is running. So whatever you want, like you can do multiple combinations also here. So let's say Apple mobile device service. Whenever this is stopped, my bot supposed to start. I'm just giving an example. So same, I will just give you a real use case. For example, let us assume uh, you are implementing something to make sure the respective system is up and running. So whenever you are trigger the bot or you running the bot, if the respective system is down, then you can apply a trigger and kind of bring it up. So you can deploy that particular task on high priority, so that in between, whenever that respective service went down, then it is trying to bring it up. So such a cases you can use the service related triggers. So I hope you understand what I mean to say for service related. So especially error scenarios, we can use these kind of things. Okay, so let's see. Uh, let's open the services, and the trigger which I mentioned is whenever the service is stopped. So now this is the one. So Apple mobile device service. So whenever I stop this, the bot supposed to trigger. So let us assume I was doing some automation on this service. Okay, if it went down, there is no meaningful, or the bot is not going to interact with it. So it used to all the times up and run. So whenever whenever the bot, or whenever this particular service is down, we need to make sure, and we need to build a solution to bring it up automatically. So that is where we can use this triggers in a simple way. Sorry, I haven't run this trigger uh, to listen for the to listen for the event. So that's what it hasn't triggered. Let me let me Yeah, it's now looking for listening for trigger. So I'm just doing it. So now it is stopped. So whenever it sees it is stopped in my bot, I can do what I can do. I will use the service related commands, and I will bring it up. So something you can use such a way in real use cases when you are facing the issue, something like that. Okay. So you can apply different approaches, whatever here. So I am going to move on to next one, which is Windows. So you can apply a trigger whenever Windows opened or whenever Windows closed. Let me do one thing. I will just apply for this only, this service window. Okay, screens, service window. See service window action that starts the bot. There are different actions. One is open, one is closed. Let's say whenever it closed, the bot has to run. Okay, so run with trigger. Let's wait for okay, listening for trigger. So this is the service. Let me close this. Whenever it closed, the bot supposed to trigger. Same fashion as I mentioned in the previous, right, service related. So same fashion you can try this for this also. So I'm just going to give some real-time challenging scenario for this example. So when you are running a bot, right, some unnecessary pop-ups will come, or some particular execution of time, some pop-up will come. Because of that, the execution is going to block. So for that cases, you can create a trigger-based bot to whenever that particular window comes, let's go ahead and close it. You can create such a trigger-based bot, and deploy with the high priority, then that is going to be executed. Okay. So as I said in here, we just seen files, hotkey, process triggers, service triggers, and Windows triggers. Let's try for interface. So that behaviors differently. So I'm just giving it a try. If it is quickly done, then it would be fine. If not, the same fashion, whatever we have applied for the other things, right? You can do the same. So let me do something. Mm, 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 Say Facebook. Okay. So I'm just going to here. Let's say Facebook. Let's capture the bot. Sorry, capture the object. See, this is what. Okay. Let's refresh the window list. So not sure whether it is going to work or not. Okay, I did something there. Main event in focus. Okay, let's see. Got focus. Okay, let me run with trigger. So this takes a lot of time. Okay, now it is listening for trigger. Let me try. Not sure whether it is triggered. Okay, maybe need to do something else. I will explore it more, and I will show this particular interface trigger in one of our next videos. I hope this video helps you to understand more about how we can use different triggers in A360. So if you like the video, please do like, share and subscribe the video, and subscribe my channel and hit a bell icon so that whenever I upload new videos, you will get the notifications. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.